Oh my gosh, Tesla just absolutely destroyed expectations for vehicle deliveries, folks. People were expecting 266,000 deliveries for the end of 2021. That is the fourth quarter of 2021. Wall Street consensus estimates were that Tesla would deliver 266,000 vehicles. Optimistic folks in social media were saying Tesla would deliver somewhere between 275 to 290,000 vehicles. Folks, nobody was expecting what we got, and this is really good news, and it's going to be really good news for Tesla going forward, and probably might be going back, maybe not probably, but we may be going back to the Tesla price action that we saw in the stock after the Hertz deal, folks. This is really exciting. Take a look at this, folks. Take a look at this. Tesla Q4 2021 vehicle production and deliveries. In the fourth quarter, we achieved production of more than, who cares the more than part? Just read it. Look at this. 308,600 vehicles. That is a substantial beat. That is a beat of over 16% of the Wall Street consensus estimate on deliveries. The fourth quarter of the year is, of course, one of the quarters everyone tries to rush to either spend money for tax savings or energy credits or whatever. So fourth quarter is always expected to be the most prominent quarter, without a doubt. Total deliveries here for 2021 came in at 936,172. That is pretty incredible. That includes some slight up revisions, because if you add up the prior press releases, you actually only get to about 935,950. So that's about an extra 222 in there, and that's because they'll make revisions when they actually do the final accounting of, oh, okay, so these people did get their deliveries on time or not. And so sometimes you do get those revisions after the fact, a few hundred here or there. That's pretty common. So 936,172 for the year. Pretty incredible. A little shy of 1 million. There were some initial very, very optimistic expectations that we would hit 1 million in 2021, back in 2022. However, thanks to supply chain shortages, it's not a surprise. Now, we'll look at my spreadsheet in just a moment, but I want to just quickly show some TA that I was doing here. So, first of all, we've had this particular trend line up for Tesla ever since we've been under the pressure of Elon Musk selling. We've been seeing lower highs and lower lows. We've been stuck in this channel here. Now, personally, I believe that it's entirely possible, though this here is not guaranteed, that because of this news, we could end up having a breakout on Monday. We've got no selling pressure. We've got the end of tax loss harvesting. We've got the beginning of a new year here. So we're really hoping for a breakout here. We ended up closing at 1056 on Monday, and if we get a breakout, it wouldn't surprise me to see a run as high as our prior high, which was 1243. This would be the next natural resistance level. So we'll see if we can get this kind of breakout, but with this downtrend, it wouldn't be a surprise to get a breakout with news like this, because this is an absolute explosion of a beat. Now, jumping over to my spreadsheet here, a lot of folks in the Tesla community say, Kevin, you are way too conservative in your estimates. And it's fair. I mean, look, I don't provide revenue for energy, insurance, semis, or robo-taxis. I just say, look, if you guys can produce 4.8 million vehicles by 2025, which means 900,000 in 2021. Get me to 1.7 mil in 2022. How would that potentially be possible? Well, folks, remember what's going to happen in 22. We're going to get Austin and Berlin. Now, those are going to be new factories. They're going to be capable of up to 1 million units per year, but not immediately, right? So even if we got 400,000 out of each of these, but then we continued to maximize our production at both Shanghai and Fremont, let's say we were able to attribute at not just the 450,000 each that we had now, but maybe we get to something like, can we get to 650 per one of these? If we could get to 650 per one of these each, that's 650, 650, 200, and 200, and then we would be at 1.3 plus 4. We'd be at that 1.7, right? So we would need, again, 650,000 vehicles out of each Fremont and Shanghai, plus 200,000 each for Austin and Berlin to hit that 1.7 in 2022. Might be optimistic, but if we can then really get to full ramping, get to about 800 and 800 each in Shanghai and Fremont, maybe even start approaching somewhere around a mil, or we get to that full capacity, or maybe not quite full capacity since Austin and Berlin will eventually get to a million apiece each, but get substantially further along and get to, let's say, 500K apiece. Whoops, lost connection there for a second. We get to 500K apiece in Berlin and Austin. We'll be at a million for those combined, plus another 1.6. Will get us to about 2.6 in 2023. Hey, if we end up adding another giga, or we end up ramping a little faster than what I just quoted here, we could easily hit some of these targets, especially since I only showed a growth of about 700K vehicles in 2024. To get to this 2025, we're not only going to have to be at max capacity for the 4 gigafactories that we're going to have, which would be Austin, Shanghai, Fremont, and Berlin, but we're probably going to have to add another unit because these will all be maxed at about 1 mil each. So we're going to need another giga here. Now, where's that giga going to be? Is it going to be Giga India? Is it going to be something else in the United States? We don't exactly know, but I think this is a pretty conservative ramp. Or a pretty realistic ramp, I should say, maybe not necessarily conservative. So realistic ramp here, as long as we get that 5th giga in by 2025. Over here, I do think I'm conservative, but I'm going to maintain that conservatism. I'm only using 40K in rev per vehicle by 2025. Again, nothing for energy, insurance, semis, robo-taxis. I do personally believe that 30% profit margin is, or gross margin, not profit margin, gross profit margin, you could say, is realistic for Tesla, and Elon has proven this to us, and expect this quarter to be no different, and we continue to see these margins increase with the fanaticalness of Elon Musk, which is, the best part is no part, right? Absolutely incredible. And we've seen this. I'm going to be posting a review of my Tesla Model S Plaid, and I'll show you some places where Elon Musk is cutting a little bit, and I'm noticing it, and I know it's just going straight to that bottom line, which, as a shareholder, you know what, I'm all right with it. So the price today is 10.53. I don't expect it to open at 10.53 on Monday, but let's say we go with a forward of 100, because we're way higher right now in terms of a forward PE, but we go with a 100 PE ratio once we're in 2025, because we still expect to have substantial growth ahead. That means we're going to go down from the crazy high PEs where we are now, 200, 300, 400 PEs. We're going to bring that way down to about 100, and by 2030, we'll probably be down to a 30, 40, 50 PE, somewhere around there, right? So we're going to have that diminishing, usage of the price to earnings ratio. But with a 100, conservative on the revenues, realistic on margins and deliveries, I do think Tesla has a future value of about $2,000 by 2025. If you did invest at $1,100, let's say, that should work out to approximately a 15.94% compounded annual rate of return every single year for the next 4 years. It's almost a double, and again, I do believe I'm being somewhat conservative with this. Compare this to the potential for a breakout here on Tesla, and let me just say, I'm very, very excited about Tesla. This is amazing. This is the best we could have asked for. Elon's done selling. The delivery's just absolutely smashed. The only thing that could really hurt us now would be some form of pretty negative miss on margins. That would be the big issue for earnings now that we have deliveries. The only thing that could go wrong here would be margin, and who knows? You never know. You've got a recall, you've got various different things regarding supply chain shortages that could always hurt Tesla when it comes to actual earnings. But going forward, this is clearly a company that you cannot not be a part of. This is amazing. Congratulations to the Tesla community. Congratulations to Elon Musk, and thank you to everybody who watches and supports these videos. Thank you so much. If you found this helpful, consider sharing the video, and folks, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.